friends, it's Coach Latina here again with today's inspiration. Today's inspiration, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Latina Harris. I'm a spiritual life coach, transformational speaker, workshop facilitator, and look at that tongue twister. Workshop facilitator virtually and in person. And today we're going to be reading from the Daily Inspiration for Better Living, and which is a bi-monthly devotional. This is the July-August book. Mine is a little tattered. July-August 2020. If you are interested in purchasing a Daily Inspiration for Better Living, you will find the link in the description below. Go ahead and click on that link and pick up your copy of the Daily Inspiration for Better Living. You can get it in booklet form, and you can get it electronically delivered to your mailbox daily. Our topic is do your work. Do your work. So if you haven't, before we get into it, do your own work. Part of my work is doing my YouTube content. And to continue to bring that to you, we want to click the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload videos. So remember, click, like, and subscribe. All right, let's get into today's lessons. Do your own work. This is from Monday, August 16th, 2021. It says, each person has his or her own work to do. We are here for a purpose, not just to be entertained and cared for. Each one of us must learn to work for ourselves, to birth our own life. This is not and cannot be the responsibility of someone else. Let's break that down. Each person has his or her own work to do. Oh my God, that is a word in and of itself. We have to do our own work. One of my mentors and spiritual mothers always says, you have to do the work. Do the work. And I'm telling you, sometimes the work is not easy. Honestly, we think it's easier. I know sometimes I do. I think it's easier to work on other people than to work on myself. Sometimes it's just easier to work on others than to work on myself. It's easier for me to point out the thorn in somebody else's side than to pull the one out of my own. So we have to do our own work. We're responsible for our own work. No one can do it for us. The last paragraph says that. The last sentence. This is not and cannot be the responsibility of someone else. You know, a lot of times we find ourselves going to these gurus and to the churches and the ministers and to all these people because subconsciously we want somebody else to do the work for us. We want to go and hand it to them and say, here's all the ingredients, fix it and bring it back for me, bring back something for me to eat. I don't want to go through that pain. I don't want to go through that heartache. I don't want to heal. I just can't. I'm not here for that. And so doing your own work is not an easy task. It's not for the faint at heart, but it has to be done. It has to be done. Actually, it doesn't have to be done because a lot of people choose not to do it. But since you're showing up here and listening to this inspiration for today, I know that you are about doing the work, even when it's hard, because it can get hard, okay? Trust me, it can get hard. There were many times when I did not want to walk through the fire. Let's go on and see what the next paragraph says. We are not here to be attached to other people like barnacles, feeding on their energy and intelligence. We have our own energy and our own inner answers. We are not here to be attached to others like barnacles. Barnacles, the little things in the ocean that attach to things. Like you've seen the fish or the jellyfish, and they suck on, an octopus, kind of sucking the life out of things and just, um, yeah, feeding off of their energy and intelligence. A lot of times we want to borrow somebody else's thoughts, borrow their work, borrow their knowledge, because somewhere within we're saying that we're not worthy. We're not, we don't have the same skills, talents, and abilities. Maybe we don't have the same skills, talents, and abilities as someone else, but we do have the skills, talents, and abilities that were gifted to us. So when we are working and feeding our soul and feeding our gifts and our talents, that builds your confidence, and that builds your self-worth, so that you can do your own work. You're doing your own work because you know that you have what it takes to get it done, even when it's not the funnest thing in the world. um, we have our own energy and our own inner answers. We want to sometimes look to others for answers. Therapists, right? So when I'm in therapy, and if you've ever been in therapy or even coaching, or have a mentor, they don't give you the answers, not the good ones. They let you come to your own realization. They allow you to form the answers that you need for yourself. I remember when I started going to Christ Universal Temple, and one of the things that I noticed was that you were responsible for your thinking. They didn't tell you what to think. They taught you how to think. And that was a new way of living for most people who were there. That was a new way of approaching religion, approaching spiritual development. I would They didn't carry, for example, I would show up there with my Bible because I came from a traditional church, and there was no Bibles. There was no Bibles in the back of the pew. There were um no hymnals and things. Everything you needed was in the bulletin. It was a 4-page bulletin at the time, and it had a scripture or reference for the day. It had the daily inspiration reading for the day, what page. It had the scripture printed, and it also had the location, of course. It had what page the daily inspiration was going to be on for the day, and the title of the daily inspiration. And each message had bullet points, and you could, of course, you could take notes on the lesson, sermons, but the work that you did was your own. You had the choice of reading that scripture when you got home. You had the choice of cross-referencing your notes with the notes in the bulletin. This was all a choice. This was all you doing your own work. Each one of us must be true to our own unique self. It is one of the great goals in life to discover what we are uniquely all about and meant to be. Then to live from that awareness. So we're all unique. We have unique fingerprints. We have unique smiles. We're all unique. We all have something that is specifically, uniquely designed to us. We're all created in the image of likeness of God. But there's so many unique things about us, unique qualities about us. And it takes courage and faith to actually be your truly unique self, right? So, to live from that awareness, to live from the awareness that you are unique, is completely and totally empowering. Living from our truly unique selves is empowerment. See, that's part of my uniqueness. I can find humor. I can laugh at myself. It is not a problem. Hey, it's a journey. We're all learning. Let's talk our scriptural reference. It's from Psalms 139, verse 13. You shaped me first inside, then out. You shaped me first inside and then out. Psalms chapter 139, verse 13 from the Message Bible. Remember, friends, you have to do your work. Do your work. And so it is. Remember, we're here weekly with today's inspiration, taken from the Daily Inspiration for Better Living. Click the link in the description to purchase the Daily Inspiration for Better Living. I am here every Wednesday reading from the Daily Inspiration for Better Living. I allow the Spirit to guide me to what lessons we will share that day, and then we'll go from there. Remember to click like, subscribe, and comment below. I am Spiritual Life Coach Latina Harris. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye. Have a blessed and prosperous day.